This video will describe how the cards in Monsters, Magic, and Mayhem affect gameplay. This is not a tutorial on how to play, but a more definitive account of each of the cards in the character deck. Please refer to the rules or to our video on how to play Monsters, Magic, and Mayhem on YouTube or Rumble. Disclaimer: the actual cards are as pictured and do not animate as they do here. The Archer. This is a fighter that uses a bow and arrow as his weapon of choice. The archer stands at the back of the room, firing arrows at his foe. The distance places him out of range of any enchantment. This makes him immune to any and all spells. He cannot be the target of any spell, no matter its source. The Fusilier is unique because he can use his gun to fire on foes outside a different room than the one he is about to enter. He can remove from play one character or monster that has a lower strength than his. This makes him very powerful, as the card he removes will not be adding its strength to that room before any battle even starts in that room. He can only do this with a room that hasn't been resolved yet, but he still adds his strength to the room he is assigned to. The healer adds +1 to the strength of each card assigned to the same room as he is in. He does not add strength to himself, only to others. So, if the current strength in the room is 12, with 3 other characters involved, he would add +3 to the strength, making it 15 instead of 12. If there were only 2 other characters, he would only add +2 to the total strength of the room. The knight removes the strength of both the healer and the monk if they are in the foe's group. He has no effect if a healer and/or monk is in his party. The monk appeals to the thief's moral conscience, stopping him from stealing the room. That's his only effect. When the thief is the only foe, and the monk is his foe, he does not steal the room, making the monk and his party the winners because the monk has a better strength than the thief. The swordsman doubles his strength anytime he faces monsters. This gives him a strength of +10 instead of 5. This is true even if the monster is frightened off by another character. The thief is sneaky, so when he works alone, he is able to sneak around his foe while stealing all the treasure under their noses. It doesn't matter what the strength of his foe is, they end up in an empty room without a battle. Once the wizard is revealed, if orcs are in the opposing party, they flee in terror, never adding their strength to the battle. This happens even if the orcs are with the red dragon, which will in turn frighten away the wizard.
Hi, this is Alice. I will be describing the monsters to you. Monsters and characters cannot be mixed to fight together, but each opponent may face monsters against monsters, or characters versus characters. Monsters love treasure as much as characters do and fight hard to get it. As soon as the wizard sees the dragon, he runs away in terror. The wizard is not usable in this room, so he no longer adds his strength nor casts any spells. The spider has webbing all over the room. This has no effect on the spider, but your opponent is hindered. This reduces the overall strength of your opponent's attack by -4. The Lich will reduce opponent's strength by -4 and add +2 to your total strength. And the Lich can cast spells as well. Crushing Blow. If the opposing player controls any card with strength 4 or less, choose one of those cards and remove it from the battle. If the opponent has no card with strength 4 or less, Crushing Blow has no effect. Removing a low-strength card may only reduce the opponent's total strength by its printed value, so the Stone Giant does not guarantee a 4-point reduction. Has Fiery Breath reduces opponent's attack strength by -3. The Ogre attacks recklessly, striking friend and foe alike. All cards in the room, on both sides, each lose 1 strength. Reduce each player's total strength in this room accordingly. Your own cards are affected as well. If any magic item is present in the room, whether controlled by friend or foe, the orc's strength is doubled. As soon as the monk sees the zombies, he runs away in terror. The monk is not usable in this room, so he no longer adds his strength nor casts any spells.
Hello, I'm Basil. I will introduce spells and magic items. Anyone with a wizard's hat can cast a spell. Magic items can be used by characters and creatures. Creatures differ from monsters as they are able to hold objects. Magic items exude their power throughout a room and may not need to be actively used. Weapons are used, of course, and should be used by the correct type of character or creature. A wizard would not use a sword, but anyone can drink a potion. You can choose to cast any spell in your hand. You need not place it in a room. But once used, it is placed in that room to count toward your strength or against your opponent. Entangling vines causes an opponent to lose 3 from their final attack strength from being hindered. With Berserker Rage, the weakest ally in that room has his strength doubled for the battle. With Panic Attack, the weakest foe flees the battle, taking his attack strength away from the battle. Remove opponent's weakest attacker. That card's strength doesn't count in the battle. With Gold Loss, if room lost, room value is cut in half. You lost the battle, but you reduced the value of the treasure by half. Divide value by 2, rounding down. The Shield of Ralpha reduces attacker total strength by 4 points with its solid defense. The +2 Sword of Helig increases the strength of the wielder by +2. Simple, yet potentially devastating. The Mighty Potion increases treasure in the room by +3 to adds 3 to the value of the room. Maybe your team is seeing double? Staff of Alorcus affects the room's value. If less than 5, the value of this room is doubled. Makes everything look more valuable. Sell it fast before the effect wears off. Thank you for watching this video. We hope it helps clear up any questions you may have about monsters, magic, and mayhem. Be sure to visit our website at dreadnaughtgames.com for more info. Or if you still have a question this video did not answer, please drop us an email to contact@dreadnaughtgames.com.